Greece has said it will adopt many of the reforms imposed on it as part of a bailout plan agreed upon by earlier elected officials. Under the bold new leadership of Alexis Tsipras, the Syriza party, Greece says that it will reject about 30% of austerity measures. Since the election just weeks ago that swept Syriza into power, European markets have remained unsure and stocks have tumbled, prompting the S&P index to downgrade the nation's ratings. The new direction has sent Greece into a collision course with Germany ahead of two top-level meetings of European leaders this week. German Chancellor Angela Merkel has made it clear that the terms of the original bailout must be adhered to. Still, officials concede that Greek democracy chose another path forward in electing Syriza, signaling a deep frustration with depression-like conditions over the past 5 years. Greek Finance Minister Yanis Varoufakis has taken a particularly strong position, saying, quote, "The Troika is over," referring to the European Central Bank, the European Commission, and the IMF, who are Greece's main creditors. He also challenged the threat of the Eurozone kicking out Greece, warning that, quote, "Greece's exit from the Euro is not something that is part of our plans, simply because we believe it is like building a house of cards. If you take out the Greek card, the others will collapse." My guest is Natassa Romanou. She is a research professor at Columbia University in Climate Studies and a member of Syriza and the eco-socialist group System Change, not Climate Change. She is a founding member of Syriza New York and AKNY. She was in Greece for the elections. Hi, Natassa. The Wall Street Journal has said that, quote, "The new government has sent out mixed messages." It says it won't ask for an extension of its current bailout, which lapses at the end of February, but will propose sweeping reforms to secure continued financing from Eurozone partners. So the question, of course, is whether or not you agree with this analysis, and if so, why the mixed messages?
I do not agree that the government is actually sending out mixed messages. The government has been set to fulfill the obligation of the mandate it received on January 25th. The election day, and that is to put an end to the Troika, the era of the Troika, and the era of the memoranda. The memoranda are the directives that the Troika, together with the previous government of Greece, has imposed and enforced for the reconstructing of the Greek economy, and which essentially amounted to nothing less than a harsh austerity program, which puts burdens on the mid and the low incomes and less so on the higher incomes. So the government does not ask for an extension of the bailout package. It is asking actually for a bridge program that will take us to the June 2015 and will have no impact on the taxpayers in the European Union. We are not asking for any more money from the European taxpayers. We never asked for this money. We were forced to take these bailout packages. And moreover, and this is a key issue, the government will not have now to follow the Troika's catastrophic austerity policies. It will start implementing its own program of relieving the humanitarian crisis, which is the most important right now, and gradually increase the lower incomes, the homeless, address the homelessness and the chronically unemployed people. People without electricity, school kids with no food, and those threatened by foreclosures. And these are the measures that the government wants to take upon right
so
now.
When you're saying that they essentially want a bridge program, is the end goal a sort of plan that a New Deal-like plan that Tsipras has mentioned there that would essentially require banks or request from banks to invest 10 times the amount that it has in a similar way to what we saw in the 1930s in the United States? What is Tsipras waiting for in order to implement such a New Deal?
Yeah, so there is this bridge program that Varoufakis has proposed. I mean, the government of Syriza has proposed to the European Union. It's a sort of a short-term solution to the debt problem of Greece. However, what Syriza maintains, and what is actually the truth, is that the debt problem is not just a Greek problem. It's a problem throughout Southern Europe. All the countries, Greece, Spain, Italy, Portugal, they've had this problem. Ireland also in Northern Europe. In many other Northern European countries, this is becoming an issue. So what Syriza has proposed is that we need to have a European conference in which we'll bring all the stakeholders in the same room, on the same table, around the same table, to talk about policymakers, the public unions, pension funds, everybody, creditors together, and then we'll sit down and find a solution to the debt problem as a whole, right? And so what Varoufakis is talking right now is that this package will be negotiated tomorrow in Eurogroup. That new deal will be negotiated tomorrow. It's on the table tomorrow, right? And the Greek economy, and Tsipras will have to follow on that. Tsipras will, the Syriza government will have to will follow the decisions of tomorrow's Eurogroup.